Hey, so it's been exactly 6 months since I started revising Japanese on daily basis. And half a year is usually one of those terms that you really want to look back and see how it's been. So in this video, I thought I am going to give you an overview how I am revising Japanese on my daily basis. Then I'm going to switch on the points that work for me that I've discovered that are really beneficial and some points that I've been struggling. I've taken some notes, so I'm gonna sometimes glance on them and try to stay structured and on the topic. So let's get going. So, what is my study routine on daily basis? So usually I study twice a day. So the first time is in the morning. I wake up around 6 a.m. Yes, that's quite early, but that's what teachers do. And I have a shower, breakfast, brush my teeth, and then around 6:30 I start with Japanese language. I usually take up to half an hour for it. It depends on the book I'm using for revising my Japanese. I have some small selection over here. So for instance, I did second time this Nihongo 500 and it usually took me less and I managed to do it in 1.5 weeks the second time over because I was doing just one book at the time. Sometimes it takes half an hour depending on the book style. Then I go to work, and when I'm back from work, I usually have a rest. Maybe I eat something, and then I take another 15 to 30 minutes to revise Japanese. But also, I've decided to kind of include my Japanese into my rest phase as well. So I've tried in the beginning, but it didn't go well. But now it is going well to add Japanese series or movies. So they might be half an hour to 1 hour that I just switch off from the daily life and watch a Japanese language series, and it really gives me a passive way to kind of enforce what I've studied so far and also kind of rest. So, what else I do is it differs on the weekends. Lately, I've been in the same routine that I wake up and do the books, but I try to do something different as well. So, for instance, I do the Read Real Japanese. It hasn't been going as fast as I hoped for, but it's quite interesting to read and listen to those stories, and I'm not rushing to go through it. So during the weekends, I have, of course, more time and I might put more effort into revising Japanese. So, this is my daily review. So, next up is what's worked while revising Japanese. Well, of course, the fact that I've been consistent. So, I've been studying Japanese daily. Yes, I took maybe a 3 weeks break during December, but I was still watching Japanese movies and series on daily basis. So it was a bit different, but I was in touch with the Japanese language still. I found out that it's so important to add variety, that I have so many Japanese textbooks that I've been using, but they might become boring if they are structured the same way. So it's good to, do reading, then maybe switch to vocabulary, then to kanji, that you kind of manage to do very different aspects of Japanese and also the multimedia. So what are the mediums for me? I do go to gym like 2-3 times a week, and I've discovered Japanese podcasts. The one that I listen most to is Yu Yu podcast. I think most of you might know him. He uploads 2 podcasts weekly, so they are very nice and interesting to listen to. And also Seika podcasts. She's not updating them that often, but they are shorter and they have a bit different vibe. I guess Yu Yu's podcasts are a bit more difficult, more complex, but Seika's has a different touch to them. And of course, I've found a lot of good Japanese TV shows that have actually interested me. One it was Jidaigeki, or the kind of period drama. Jin was a neurosurgeon, goes back in time and uses his knowledge in the late Edo period. Then there was like this kind of the detective stories. Actually, there's quite many of the Japanese series that are now on Netflix, but one that really kind of clicked with me was Aro, where they, where the investigative unit is gods. So that was quite interesting. And of course, in the summer, I discovered Kimetsu no Yaiba, so I don't really watch anime, but this one was something that I had to binge watch for, I don't know, for my holiday. And the Tokyo Midnight Diners that I found already, I think 2 years ago, and I really, really like them, and I do watch them sometimes again because it's nice, easy to relate and watch it. So the next up is what has troubled me. I think when I do the kanji review, then yay, I've done it, I know them. And when I have to write maybe easy kanjis, sometimes I struggle, so I have to look up it. And I know this is the point that really helps to kind of enforce the studied kanjis, but sometimes it makes myself irritated. So so this is one of the points. But I also found, I don't know if I have them here, a page where there's lots of kanjis. Basically, the whole YouTube video consists of a Japanese, I think, woman writing kanjis, and she also has this kind of PDF added. So I was just writing those kanjis with her, and she has like N5, N4, N3, N2, I guess. I've done N5 and N4 with her, and as I like kanjis, then it was a quite nice review. The other thing is, the big question comes up is my level really improving? I could say yes. In the beginning, I could feel it more that the Japanese language is coming back, and that Japanese, the podcasts, I can understand like 95, 99% of the vocabulary, the grammar, so it seems that I should be okay. But of course, when I open read real Japanese, then I discover, oh my god, there's quite a lot of vocabulary that I don't know, and that's the last point. And the reason that I've been really concentrating on vocabulary, I have this very nice book that I really want to try out, and I think I'm gonna love it, where there are small stories with the vocabulary. It says for N3, but I think it also already scratches then to vocabulary as well. So if I want to do more than just get by as a tourist, it's important to have a bigger vocabulary. And of course, with the movies and series, I also learned vocabulary. So I think the last word was daihosuru, which is to arrest. This happens when you watch Japanese detectives. So what is my for the conclusion is like also my ideas for the upcoming months is that of course I'm going to continue studying Japanese. At the moment, I have completed just this kind of textbook which is about ukemi, seiki and seiki ukemi, so passive, causative, and it was a nice review. I discovered that certain parts are now, I think I know them better. I think it comes more when I will start reading, but I feel more comfortable with using them at the moment. And my plans are as follows. I'm going to start with Doriru Doriru. It's a very nice Bimpa book. It has, in the back, it has the right answers with explanation of the grammar point itself. So I don't have to go online or anywhere to look up what's the grammar point about. So I'm going to do this. I don't know how fast it's going to go. I don't want to guess, but because I've done N3 already, if I have to say anything, I think it's going to be done in a month. And also, I would like to start with the vocabulary, and I want to complete this Read Real Japanese, but this will going to take much longer because when I go through an essay, I want to listen to it, I want to read it again, I want to listen it again to make sure, that I learn those words and expressions that are in those essays. And I think in a few months I'm gonna be completed with those, but let's see how it's gonna go. Yeah, I hope this video maybe gave you some ideas, points. If you have any questions, leave comments, and see you soon. Bye bye.